Today, we're going to break down one of the most powerful mental models out there for your career and really for your life. It comes from the brilliant philosopher and investor Naval Ravikant. And just so we're clear, this isn't some get-rich-quick scheme. Not at all. Think of it as a whole new blueprint for building wealth in this day and age. A totally new way to think about your work, your time, and your freedom.
Everything starts with this one core idea. So many of us spend our entire lives chasing the wrong things. We chase money, which is really just a way to transfer value. Or we chase status, which is just our rank in some social hierarchy. But Naval argues that the real goal, the thing that actually matters, is something completely different.
Okay, so if we're going to play this new game, we have to know the rules. And that means defining our terms. Seriously, this distinction between wealth and status is so important. Once you really get it, it changes how you look at pretty much everything.
So what is wealth, really? Well, it's not about the fancy cars or the expensive watches. True wealth is about owning assets that earn for you, even when you're not working. Think about a business, or a piece of software, or investments that are working for you 24/7. It's like having a little army of robots out there, making you money while you sleep or while you're on vacation. And what's the point of all that? It's to buy back your time. That's the ultimate prize, freedom.
Think about it like this. There are two fundamental games people play. The wealth game is what we call a positive sum game. It's about creation. When you build a great product or a useful piece of software, you're adding something new to the world. We can all win. But the status game, that's a zero-sum game. It's played on a fixed hierarchy. For me to move up, someone else has to move down. There's only one CEO, only one president. It's a game of conflict, and Naval's advice is to just opt out of it completely.
All right, so the goal is wealth. We get it. But how do we actually play that game? Well, it all starts by changing the very rules you live and work by. All the really big rewards in life, whether it's in our relationships, our knowledge, or our finances, they all come from compound interest. And here's the thing, compounding only works if you stick with it for the long haul. It means you've got to partner with people you can trust for decades, build a reputation in an industry you care about, and just play the long game. If you're constantly starting over, you just kill all your momentum.
Now this might be the single most powerful idea in this entire framework. The ultimate way to win is to stop trying to compete. It's that simple. When you're just copying what someone else is doing, you're stuck in a race to the bottom. But when you are truly authentic, when you lean into your unique skills and your weird obsessions, you create a category of one. You literally escape competition. And that's why being authentic is more profitable today than ever before. The internet has connected the entire planet. It lets you find your people, no matter how niche your thing is. Maybe you're a master at some obscure video game, or you're an expert on a rare type of bonsai tree. It doesn't matter. There is a global audience out there that needs exactly what you and only you can offer.
So how do we actually go about building this? Naval gives us a very clear formula. It's not magic, it's about arming yourself with 3 essential tools for the modern age.
First up, you need what he calls specific knowledge. And no, this is not the stuff you memorize from a textbook for an exam. This is the expertise you build by just following your genuine curiosity. It's the stuff that feels like play to you but looks like work to others. It's learned by doing, by tinkering, by obsessing. And that's what makes you irreplaceable.
Next, accountability. This just means putting your name on the line. Have some skin in the game. When you take public risks under your own name, society can reward you with trust, with equity, and with leverage. Yeah, it's a bit scary, but the great thing about today's world is that the downside is pretty limited. People will forgive failures. Accountability is how you earned your slice of the pie.
And finally, we have leverage. This is the force multiplier for your judgment. The old forms of leverage were things like capital or labor. You needed money or people working for you. But the new leverage is what Naval calls permissionless. Anyone, anywhere can write code or create media. A podcast, a YouTube channel, a piece of software. These tools can be built with basically zero marginal cost, and they can work for you while you sleep. The tools are literally at your fingertips.
Okay, but what about that whole without getting lucky part? This is where it all comes together. Naval argues that the most potent kind of luck isn't random at all. You can actually engineer it. You can build it.
So he breaks it down into 4 types. You've got your basic blind luck, like you just happen to stumble upon something. Then there's luck that comes from hustle, just from being in motion and stirring the pot. Then you get smarter, and there's luck from expertise. You get so good you can spot opportunities others miss. But that 4th kind, that's where the magic happens.
This is the ultimate goal. The 4th kind of luck isn't even luck, it's destiny.
This happens when you build such a unique character, such a strong reputation in a specific field that opportunities find you. He gives an example. If you're the best deep-sea diver in the world and someone randomly finds a sunken treasure chest, they have to come to you to get it. Their blind luck becomes your destiny. You didn't find the luck found you.
So let's put it all together. The blueprint is actually pretty clear. First, you define your real goal, wealth, which equals freedom. Then, you make sure you're playing the right game, the long-term, positive-sum game of creation. You arm yourself with the right tools, your own specific knowledge, accountability, and modern leverage. And finally, you combine all of that to build a character so unique that you turn luck into your own personal destiny.
And that leaves us with one big, final question. Right now, we live in an age where you can reach anyone on the planet, where your own unique obsessions are your greatest competitive advantage, and where the tools of leverage are cheap and accessible to everyone. So the question is, what are you going to build?